Yo, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here. God bless y'all this morning. It's a beautiful morning. Hope everybody out there doing well and safe. If it's your first time here, congratulations. We're glad to have you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the page. Recognize a lot of people don't get the notifications sometimes, but I'm glad you're here. Oof, excuse me. Sipping on my morning tea. And said, let's give you some hip hop news and history that you might not have known. Things that was happening behind the scenes. When Kanye West came out and he blew up in like 2003, right? When that happened, was it 2003 when the album came out? I think it was. Or 2004 rather. Anyway, around that time, Jay-Z and 50 Cent were like the two largest artists in the world. But the game was getting ready to come around in 2005. And Kanye had just released his album College Dropout. It did tremendous, biggest album sold at Rockefeller Records, and it just was a whole new stratosphere. And with that being said, a lot of problems ensued from that happening because Dame Dash is the one that really took that challenge on and said, we want to issue out a deal with Kanye because, he making all these tracks and beats. Why pay another record company, for Kanye's services when he's already here? Let's keep everybody under the same umbrella. So if he wants to drop an album, look, Clue dropping albums, but he on his Desert Storm, and all that stuff. So, and then everything's always in disarray because everybody's depending on somebody else to take care of some business. Now, Kanye was in high demand for beats now. Everybody want a track from Kanye West. We got to get a Kanye track. We got to get a Kanye track. Oh, we got to get Ye on this song. Ye got to do this. Ye got to do that. So I'm like, all right, let's see how Ye performs when it's really on. And by him being in that high demand, and the doors were open, it was like free to work with anybody, right? So Dr. Dre and them had a monster new artist coming out, supposed to be the next 50 Cent, called The Game, and they had a track, Dreams. And now everybody want to go in there and hit my phone up. But when Dreams came out, and Kanye was supposed to put a verse to Dreams, but it was after the beat was done and everything was done. They were waiting around for Kanye's verse, and it kind of never came. And it was like, is it just production? And they was like, oh, this was how much you paid just for me to produce the record. Now you'll have to pay me for an artist, so that's a whole separate fee. So they was like, oh, hell no, we'll just take the beat, thanks. So it was like that. It was cool. It was business, but it was cool. So Dreams was supposed to get like a video made. with Kanye and Game. Again, red tape. Wasn't no red tape, really. It was Hova tape. Because his whole campaign, he's over at C's and he's dissing G Unit. I mean, not G Unit, but Rockefeller Records. And what he was thinking about with Rockefeller Records, and this is after his album blew up, he ain't talking about Kanye West. He's talking about Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, all those guys. Beanie Siegel didn't really have too much to do with it, except for he opened his mouth. But other than that, it was just mostly Bleak because of his affiliation with JT. When he was rolling with JT, the bigger figure. I mean, when he was rolling against them because he took Get Low Records. So when Myth took Get Low, Game was rolling with JT at the time. So, and he had Get Low Records, and they had their imprint out first. So it was about that infraction that they had. Now, that was Game's beef with Rockefeller. Kanye don't know about any of this, so he's learning about it on site. But at the same time, he was upset with Jay over a number of different things. Now, he was still upset and bitter that he wasn't on the Black Album tour. Like, they didn't have a pass, no backstage, nothing for the Black party. I mean, for the Black Album and the concert party that was involved in it. So it is what it is. But Jay wasn't happy when he heard Dreams produced by Kanye West. It was, what? Like, for real? The Game? After this dude said what he said about Rockefeller? Now, the second time around, they paid for Kanye as an artist on Wouldn't Get Far, and they paid him to produce the track on The Doctor's Advocate. And when everybody was against him, chips was down, Kanye was there helping him out. So that's that. Now, Jay wasn't too fond of him helping the situation out. Jay felt like, why? Why are you working with Game? This dude tried to humiliate Rockefeller, and Jay at that time was still retired. Him coming back to rap wasn't really on the tape. So when he dropped Dear Summer, it was just to let, Game know, what had happened if he kept going. So it wasn't until later where it just got to the point of there's a major problem with Jay and the Game. Well, Kanye got mad at Jay-Z after Jay decided that it would be in his best interest at that time because basically at that point Jay had bowed out. There was a influx of problems going on at Rockefeller. And like I said, Kanye did the song, got on the track, and he was in the music video for Wouldn't Get Far. Wouldn't Get Far is a classic. And it seemed like everything had worked out. Jay was unhappy with that. He was very unhappy. And at that time, Jay and Kanye really wasn't on speaking terms. When Kanye made Graduation, they weren't really on the same wavelength like they were when they did Late Registration. It was a big transition at that point because Kanye was working on this album, and that's why Jay is like nowhere on this project. Like Jay is Lil Wayne is there and everybody else, but there's no real Jay presence. As you can hear on all the frustration on Big Brother on the record, and he lets it all out on the record. Now, before the album is released, they patch things up, and all of the problems that he was stating on the song was going on during the years. And, that was all bottled up over the few years. The Coldplay incident, all of these different things is going on. And it's like they'll sit down and have these conversations. Jay and, Kanye constantly had these conversations because Jay didn't look at Kanye like you're on my level. He was treating him like a little brother in other sense of the word. So in that aspect, you could understand, he was telling them about Game. Like, he's unpredictable. He's like 50. He put a lot of rappers in his name. He's like, that's why I deal with 50 at arm's distance, because that guy turn on you in a minute, and then you just help build this guy up. It's like you help make a bomb. And that's how he related it to Kanye. He says, you help the scientists build a bomb, right? Then he turns around and uses the bomb on you. Do you want to be that guy? Game is this rapper. He got everybody's name in his mouth. As soon as he feels you didn't move a certain way, bam. He gonna turn around and use it on you. And you just helped create this guy. So now, 50 of them, they were trying to get rid of him. Dre got rid of him. They switched him. You see, he ain't on the label no more. Now you just help resurrect this guy. Now 50 might turn his attention towards you. So they did a business deal, 50 and Jay. And marketing the Graduation album with 50's album with Jimmy Iovine. And I mean, to be honest, that is like a underrated. Seriously, it's like completely underrated classic. So still to this day, you're gonna have other people tell you different, but to me, that's an underrated classic. Jay and Kanye, it's like Kanye brought that man's career back. Jay has always been resurrected to stick around because he's like a vampire. He's got to suck the creativity out of whoever's next to him that's hot. Once Kanye was hot, no thanks to Jay, But he was hot, and he realizes this guy's talented. And he could sell records, drop an album, then sell 10 million records without people really knowing his face. Before College Dropout, nobody really knew Kanye West except for people in the industry. People in the city, like, we knew who he was. He did the We Are the Champions beat. But like I told you, nobody respected him as an artist, like a rapper. So for him to not have a name, not really being seen or showcased, comes out with an album and sells 10 million records, that's that's history. He's not from New York. So when you have somebody who's that creative that he did it on the strength of the music, that's incredible. He did not have 50 cents marketing, and he was able to release his album and do the numbers it did. He didn't rap about taking lives. He rapped about what he do. He didn't get out of his lane. He rapped about clothes, shopping, polos. He was the Black Malcolm X, buy any jeans necessary. So that was his character that he was gonna be. He wasn't gonna rap about capping people. And when Cameron tried to write a rap for Kanye, and they was like, Cam gonna do this, and he was like, I'm no offense, but I appreciate it, believe me, but I cannot be sounding like Cam. Like I can't say that. Nobody will believe it. And Cam was like, I told Dane, I can't write for you. I told you I could help you word stuff a little better, but you got your own style, like you'll be okay. Like I'll be on the record with you. I'll let him know if the kid ain't okay. But the bar is good enough to be on the record. And that's how Cam was. Cam was like, Kanye was good enough. Like what he said was good enough. Like I don't have to really change what he just rapped. Like what the way he rapped it was good enough. But they wanted Cam to pen a verse, and Kanye was saying it, and it was like, it ain't hit because I'm not from New York, and we don't talk like this. And the people that know me, people don't know you, dog. That's a dang, dang, some people don't know you, man. I know you make beats, right? DJ, like, make your beats. But in the real world, nobody really know you. They just know you down with Rockefeller. They see the chain. They see Rockefeller. So if you see Rockefeller, they know that you ain't gonna be on Rockefeller, roll with Rockefeller, if you're not part of this, and you represent that brand. You don't want to catch no brick, man. You don't want to catch a brick. I know the pressure cooker. It's pressure. It's a lot of pressure. But this is where you're supposed to thrive. You could do it. So naturally, that's what happened. Kanye opted to just not do what they told him to do, and he went the lane he went, and it was good for his career. That he had his own writers, where he didn't need anybody else. Plus, he had his own rhymes. You know, he had his own rhymes that either Ryan Fest or GLC, or all the people that was involved with him in the Shy, it was perfect. But the game never crossed Kanye West. You see what I'm saying? Never crossed Kanye West. Even when, he dated Kim Kardashian. Y'all remember that. When he was dating Kim. And he had the song coming out. He said he called Kanye first to let him know before he did that. Well, you got to look at. After Kanye did, like I told you, when he did Wouldn't Get Far, he wasn't really talking with Jay. And when he did that, Jay knew they had a problem. So when you know you got a problem and y'all got to sit down and talk, Kanye was at a point now where Jay can't talk to him like that. This dude just had two mega albums and damn near outsold Jay-Z's whole catalog with 3 albums. You see, people don't realize Jay-Z didn't have the largest debut at Rockefeller Records. The largest record seller at Rockefeller Records was Kanye West, not Jay-Z. Yeah, strange, ain't it? The one who was winning the awards, billboards. Yeah. Graduation has sold worldwide about at least 8 to 9 million records. In the United States, it sold 5 million records, period. And this is before graduation. They were working on graduation. And Jay-Z and Ye was not in a good space, so there was really no communication. And when he worked with Game in the middle of the recording process, the Wouldn't Get Far, the whole concept, everything was created by Kanye West. And he gave Wouldn't Get Far to the Game. Now, Wouldn't Get Far that he had in his repertoire already. And he was going to write to Wouldn't Get Far. And that was going to be a Kanye West record. And that was going to be on this album. The Game was looking for a track. And he said, man, I already got, like, my album is about, at that time, I would say it was about 50 to 60% done, graduation. And they had a lot of stuff to finish up, but he was in in that process, the creative process, and he had everything he needed. So it was a different process. Like he basically produced a lot of the beats, if not all of it. This guy named Toom, whoever he was, I had never heard of that guy, but that guy was great. So I don't know how much of those beats were Kanye's, but he gave credit to DJ Toom on a lot of these songs because Toom did. He had Good Life, Can't Tell Me Nothing, Big Brother. He was involved. so so that guy is a somebody. I mean, somebody should have grabbed him immediately. I'd be like, find DJ Toom, grab that guy, and get him involved. That dude knows music. I think he was used to be a rapper or something. Somebody's like he was with the Poison Clan down there with Luke and Two Live Crew with JT Money. JT was my guy. JT Money was the guy, not the first name last name guy. JT Money, the one that wrote with Luke. Still faking like gangsters. Boy switching gears like a 10 speed. Now he missed the chronic man. That cracks me up every time I think about this. So JT had me cracking up. Death Row ain't nothing but soft town. Last time this dude is against weed. Dude switching gears like a 10 speed. Last year homeboy was against weed. Now he missed the chronic man. It was true. This dude Dre was against smoking and everything. Yo, I don't smoke weed or sex. Cause it's gonna give a brother brain damage. And brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing. Making the sucker and you equal. Don't be another sequel. Express yourself. Do it good. So anyway, I've taken up way too much of your time, went off way on different roads, but hopefully everybody understands the whole gist of all of it. But if not, during the Patreon breakdown, this is the cleanest version of it that you're going to get. But YouTube somehow but thinks that 18 and older should listen to my content. I'm dangerous. Oh man, they come up with everything they can to try to stop you, boy. Anyway, thanks for everybody that hit up my cash out, which is Carcino. Thanks for all of you guys that hit up my super chat. I appreciate it. I love and support you guys have given us has been tremendous. And we just gonna keep giving y'all great content.